Hey, hello friends. Welcome back to Blue Pig Reviews. Today we're going to be making the California Margarita. California Margarita's difference is instead of using lime juice, we're using lemon juice. There's a little prep. We're going to prep our glass. We're going to give it a little sugar touch on the side. And we're going to use crushed ice in this one. So you're going to definitely need your trusty Lewis bag. Grab it on Amazon or local home goods store, and your mallet. And you're also going to need that trusty plate with some sugar on it so that you can put a little sugar on the rim of your glass. All right, so, and things you're going to need, of course, for the drink is you're going to need a nice Blanco or Repasado tequila. In this case, we're going to be using Cimarron for this one. Cimarron sits around on the shelf, Reposado and Blanco, for well under around $20. This runs about 22, 23 by me. You're gonna need your favorite orange liqueur. In this case, I'm gonna keep it traditional and use Cointreau, but you can use your favorite. Use Grand Marnier, any other triple sec. Cointreau is just what I'm used to. Freshly squeezed lemon juice, already nicely strained, so that we don't have to go through the extra steps. But because we're going to put this on crushed ice, even if it wasn't, that would get in the drink and stay with the ice. We'll do that. You need your own Falernum, and you can get different brands. This one right here is Tippelman's, and Tippelman's I use the most. I grabbed this off of Amazon. Look for, or if you're that skilled, you can make your own. And you're going to need your own saline solution. Mine's pink. I use pink salt saline solution I make for myself. It's 20% saline. So, you can balance that out to your water ratios. Just 20% of it is salt and adds a little flavor to it. And a dropper to put it on. And so first thing we're going to do is get us a little piece of citrus, because in order to get the sugar to cling to the glass, we're going to need a little bit of citrus. What I usually do is get me a nice lemon wheel or lime wheel. I'm going to bring this out to the forefront, and I'll cut it into Demi wedges. In other words, into 4/4, to do really quickly. And then I'll slash one of those, just like I was doing a Demi wedge for a garnish. And I'm using my vase or Japanese whiskey glass, your choice what you want to do it with. And I'm just going to do one side of it in case someone doesn't like the sugar. And what you're going to do is, you usually could dip it right in. What I usually do is kind of just lay it on, tap it lightly on the side. And since I'm an art school failure, this one turned out pretty solid. So this glass is ready for the party. You can see, once I left open, it's up to you. You could do the whole thing. You could do salt on the opposite side if you want. Not big for putting more salt in drinks, but if you love savory, you could do that too. Put that aside. Let's garnish. And then we're going to need an ice-filled shaking tin. So I got my ice side. Looks good. Sugar. And then, of course, my shaking tin. And the first thing we're going to need is 2 ounces of your favorite tequila. You can go 1.5 is what's traditional, but I prefer 2. Strengthen it up. Usually tequila is the star of any good margarita. So that's usually what I'm shooting for. So I use 2 ounces. Recipe below, I'll probably have it at 1.5 ounces. But this is a Merx cocktail, so it's going to be 2. Then you're going to need about 3/4 ounce, 0.75 of your orange liqueur, be it Cointreau, triple sec. For me, it's going to be Cointreau. If you feel that the drink might be sour because your lemons are more powerful, you can bump this up to 1 ounce. The Falernum also has some sweetness, so it should make up for it. Lemons by me are very sour, so I kind of try to balance it out. Lemon juice, you're going to need, of course, 3/4 ounce to balance up, or 0.75. Put that in there. And lemon tends to be more bitter than the lime. Lime works better on the tropical flavor. So this, like I said, you may want to balance it out with a little more triple sec or Cointreau just to kind of let it go and to get it right. And my Tippelman's Falernum, which is going to fight me a little bit. You need only a ½ ounce of Falernum. And, you know, Falernum has like almost a lime edge anyway, because there's lime juice in it, if I'm not correct. And Falernum is used in lots of tiki drinks, tropical drinks. So this should definitely be interesting. And, of course, that was a ½ ounce. And then with our saline solution, you can see mine's pink because I used pink salt. Use the Himalayan salt. Use whatever you want to use. I'm just trying to be cute. And you're going to need 2 drops of that. 1, 2, 3. No, I'm going to go for 4. 4. Saline helps bring out the flavors. Some people also use MSG, diluted MSG to bring out flavor. Experiment around, know what you're dealing with, and get it to go. You know, it's what it is. It's all trial and error. You're in your own kitchen cooking. Let's give this a shake. Let's shake this for about 8 seconds. So it's well diluted and chilled. We'll put that aside for a second. Then we're going to get our crushed ice for our glass. Yeah. Take a second. Hold your loose bag, loose leaf of ice. You don't want the ice to punch through. And we're going to beat that. Beat it up. Crush it down. This ice is extra hard here. If you buy ice, sometimes it's very hard. Give the bag a shake so the ice moves around. And you just want to beat it till it's fine enough for what you want it to do. Get our cool art school glass here. And we're going to fill this only part way. Yeah, see, that didn't even get to be that small. The ice was hard. Probably have to beat that more. Loosen our shaking tin. Grab our Hawthorne strainer. Then what we're going to do is kind of pour what we got in there. And there's a good amount of fluid in there. Partially probably because I rested for that extra second getting the crushed ice. I'm going to top that up to the pour. Put a little more in there. That's pretty full. Get in there. Put our ice aside. And we're going to garnish with a Demi Wedge. And what I usually do with the Demi Wedge, I dip it in both sides in our sugar. Just like that. Where I put it on and put it opposite the sugar side. And there you have it. California Margarita. Let's give it a taste. The presentation is awesome because it's light, golden, the lemon, all yellow. If you want the sugar, you can get like this partially golden sugar, is what they call it. Then it's gold. This is golden sugar. I don't know if it shows up on that. And I guess they leave a little molasses in it to give it a little color. Give it a taste. Cheers and good pouring. Okay. You get the lemon, you get the sweetness. But the Falernum is one of the stars of this. I can taste the lime and the herbal spiciness of the Falernum, the spiciness of the Falernum, and the tequila. And Cimarron is one of the great tequilas, affordable taste, all natural, great tequila. I definitely recommend it. And the Tippelman's Falernum, it's on Amazon. This is good stuff. Grab this, try this out. Discover Falernum. If you do tiki drinks, you definitely are. All right. Hollywood might be in California, but let me tell you, this is a star on the glass. Cheers and good pouring. And remember, if it tastes good, then you're drinking good, and it's all good. Let me tell you, this California Margarita is definitely all good.